Seeing you again on a recurring segment on the show and reactivate a new medical technology breaking ground for chronic low back pain. We look forward to seeing you at 2110 on NowMedia TV and across all platforms and channels. I'm Dr. Suzanne Manzi, and this is Pain Diaries. Take care of you so you can take care of business.
This has been a NowMedia Television feature presentation. All rights reserved. Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching NowMedia Television.
Hey, welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your host and business guide, Michael Rager of Teach Your Business to Fish. I'm so excited to be here, man. We're getting ready to get started with a new year. 2023 is going to be kicking in. It's going to be kicking on strong. And here on Biz Talk, we've got some great segments today that's really going to take you through. We've got, a new contributor, David Murphy. We've got Kristen Gunderson. We've got Jen Drago. Keith Cothrell. We got some great things that are going to happen. But I want to talk to you about speed. We're going to start our business every year. We want to kick off. We want to get out of there fast. I hear a lot of time, Mike, but speed kills. I'm going to tell you, slow kills your business. What you want to do is you want to get out there and you start fast. You want to start fast. Because what you want to do is if you're going to fail, you want to fail fast. You don't want to take a whole bunch of time to figure out what you were doing was wrong and was going to put you in the wrong place. So what happens is speed doesn't kill. Slow kills. We need to be out there looking at our business and see what's going on, because what happens when we fail, failure leads us to learning. Learning allows us to figure out what's going right and what's not going right in our business, and it allows us to adjust, make adjustments, pivot, like we heard of there here in the pandemic, that new word, and we get to go take our business in a new direction or decide we stay straight on the course. Because always when I'm coaching business owners, we're going for a 3-year target. But that 3-year target is not a straight line. We're going to move right, left, right, left, all the way to get there. And if we don't do it fast, we're going to take forever, and we're never going to get to where we want to go. So we're going to talk about speed. So let's get out there. We're going to come right back, and my good friend Jennifer Drago, she's going to set us up, and we're going to talk about perfectionism. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, my name is Elias Basabe, founder of Little Maria's Cafe restaurant in West Houston, located in 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Here you will find a family-friendly and relaxed environment where you can enjoy a delicious homemade breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We know you need to get to work fast, and we want you to enjoy a tasty, quality, and healthy homemade food. So come and visit us for a great nutritious meal at an affordable price. We specialize in tasty breakfasts, deli sandwiches, fish, even barbecue cookouts. Little Maria's Cafe has it all. We only use the great quality of Boar's Head meats and products. Just like you, we love to get you up early. Little Maria's Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can dine in with us during breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or we can have it ready for you for pickup. Visit us today on the first floor of the CMPC Center at 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Order now at 832-667-8376, Little Maria's Cafe.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Are you a small business owner who's overwhelmed and exhausted? You've tried many strategies, but your business just isn't where you want it to be. You wish someone would give you a roadmap to grow your business so that you can finally live the life you've imagined. Now is the time to get crystal clear on your business strategy so that you can work smarter, not harder. With our support, you can fully step into your CEO role and run your business rather than your business running you. Hi, I'm Jen Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners develop a laser-focused roadmap so that they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify their impact. Let's face it, most of the small business advice that's available online is cookie cutter and filled with fluff that will never serve you. It's time for you to stop doing things that aren't moving your business forward. I will help you develop an actionable, focused plan to grow your business in a way that lights you up. Contact me today at peaktoprofit.com to get started on your business growth roadmap.
Hey, this is Michael Rager, your business guide, and we're back here on Biz Talk TV. I hope you're following us on all the NowMedia.tv channels out there, everywhere from Beaumont to Chicago to Atlanta, everywhere. We're out there everywhere. I'm so excited to have Jennifer Drago, one of Houston's top business coaches with Peak to Performance. Jennifer is going to come in and talk about perfectionism and how it just may be killing your business. Take it away, Jen.
Welcome to Peak to Profit, where each week we share practical and tactical guidance to help you lead a profitable business. Hi, I'm Jennifer Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help businesses develop a laser-focused strategy and roadmap for business growth so they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify the impact they have in the world. This week on the Peak to Profit segment, we're going to focus on perfectionism. Winston Churchill once stated, "Perfectionism is the enemy of progress." Many business leaders, whether you own your own business or you are a leader in a corporation, are affected by perfectionism. If you yourself are a perfectionist, you may have the view that perfectionism helps you produce stellar results. You may think it allows you to produce projects that are well beyond the capabilities of others and therefore are superior. Chances are, if you are a perfectionist, you've also seen and felt the negative side of perfectionism. You know, the perfectionism that makes you take longer than average to start a project or to complete a task. The type of perfectionism that hinders your ability to make decisions because there's a constant fear of possibly making the wrong decision. It can make you highly self-critical, and it can make you procrastinate. Sometimes procrastination comes disguised as planning. For example, if I take a little more time to plan my course of action, it will be closer to perfect when I implement it. I like to call this procrastiplanning. If you aren't a perfectionist yourself, chances are that you've worked closely with a perfectionist and have seen the above tendencies and the impact that it has on the work to be done. In my case, I've worked with other executives as well as worked for leaders that shared some of these perfectionist tendencies, and I can vouch for the frustration that comes from having those around you paralyzed with inaction. If you're a perfectionist, here are some tried and true tips to help you move further faster in the work that you have to do. First, tell yourself that done is better than perfect. In my coaching, I worked with a perfectionist who would do everything to the highest degree and would also procrastinate on some simple tasks because she wanted to make sure that she had enough time to do it to her standards. Once she started to tell herself that done is better than perfect, she was able to move through smaller tasks quickly instead of putting them off, and she was able to tackle bigger tasks by noting how good it would feel once she had them finished. Over time, she was reprogramming her perfectionistic tendencies. A similar mantra that may be useful is to tell yourself to do B+ work. Your B+ work is better than so many other people's A work, and it's time to just get it out in the world. No one is really going to notice that it's B+ work, I promise you. When a decision needs to be made, another task that can help a perfectionist is to set a deadline for making the decision. This will allow you to gather the information necessary to make the decision without overthinking it. More importantly, setting a timeline for the decision will not allow you to delay your progress. Finally, and most importantly, let's understand what is the root of perfectionism. Where does it come from? It can be a fear of judgment or disapproval from others. It can also be from a fear of failure. These fears are usually deep-rooted in our subconscious as a result of programming in our childhood. Perhaps we had a parent or others in our lives with unusually high expectations. Or perhaps our culture was one where high performance was not just encouraged but was expected. Once we identify what might be at the root of perfectionism, it's also helpful to understand the core desire of the fear that we are feeling. In most cases, our perfectionism and our fear of judgment or disapproval stems from a core desire to feel safe. Therefore, our subconscious is taking a cue from our ego or our younger self to stay safe and remain in our comfort zone. That is why a perfectionist may delay making decisions or completing a project. Their inner child is trying to keep them safe from the potential disapproval of others or from failure by bringing out perfectionistic tendencies. Now that you're aware of the reasons behind perfectionism, you can be accepting of these fears and still move forward in action. If you suffer or feel held back by the bonds of perfectionism, here is the action takeaway for today. First, remind yourself to do B+ work and use the mantra, done is better than perfect, as you work through tasks on your to-do list. 2, when a decision needs to be made, give yourself a deadline for the decision and stick to it. And 3, if you feel your perfectionism holding you back, remember the innocent inner child who is trying to keep you safe by protecting you from a fear of failure or a fear of judgment from others. Give that child a metaphorical hug or a virtual hug. Thank him or her for keeping you safe and move into action. I hope that this segment on overcoming perfectionism has been helpful to you in understanding these tendencies in yourself or in someone close to you. I'll see you next week here on Peak to Profit. Bye for now.
Hey, Jennifer, that's great advice. You know, as we talked at the beginning of the show, speed. We need speed. If we're trying to be perfect, we're going to be slow and we're not going to get to where we want to go. So that was just awesome advice. Next up is my good friend Keith Cothrell, a Houston tax attorney. Keith's going to talk about one of the most important subjects that business owners have to really look at is when are my people employees versus when are they contractors? Take it away, Keith.
Hi, Michael. Today's segment is another one from the audience that's been asked about who's a contractor and who's an employee. So we're going to talk today a little bit about, here on Business Talk, about the difference between contractors and employees and why, if you're an employer, it's important to make the right distinction, because if you don't, there are tax consequences involved in that. So what's an employee? Generally, the business can control what a worker does, how they do it. It's an employee. So if you're hired someone and you're using your vehicle and you're paying for their gas and you're directing there's work schedules and they have to take lunch at a certain time and all those sorts of things, then they're likely an employee. An independent contractor are people that set their own time, they have their own trade or business for themselves, they file their own returns, they have their own contract, they set their own hours, they have their own vehicle, and that's typically what an independent contractor is. The IRS looks at a 3-pronged test to determine who's an employee or a contractor. They look at the behavioral control. Does the company, do they control or have rights to control what the worker does and how they do it? Financial control. Does the business direct or control the financial and business aspects of the worker's job? How is the worker paid? Are expenses reimbursed? Do they have access to company vehicle or credit cards like we talked about? Who provides the tools or supplies? And the third one is relationship of the parties. The contract, is it between you and someone, or is it between you and that someone else's other business? Benefits, are they in charge of their own benefits? Are you paying the benefits? And if you so what I talked about earlier is that if you don't get this employee independent contractor thing figured out and the IRS gets wind of it, then it can impose penalties and make you file those independent contractors as W-2s, and then they're going to penalize you because you hadn't been paying payroll tax and you hadn't been paying FICA and Social Security and all those other things. So I had a case a while back where a construction taxpayer was paying, he was getting guys off the street and he was paying them in cash and doing 1099s, and he thought it was in the clear. And it turned out that, he was letting them use his company vehicle, letting them use the credit cards, and all these other kinds of factors that we've been talking about, where the IRS said they're really not independent contractors, they're really employees. And what the IRS said to me is, they said, we can go back 7 years and basically figure out what the payroll taxes are and have a pretty large, hefty fine on this, but we're going to limit it to 3 years because we feel like it's not egregious enough to go back that far, basically. So what do you do if you find yourself in a position where you've messed up, you haven't treated these particular individuals the right way, you thought they were contractors, maybe really they're an employee. So there's 2 programs the IRS looks at. One is you can do the voluntary reclassification program. And in this one, we're looking at, have you been audited for this issue before? Are you currently being audited for it? If you're currently being audited for it, are you going to fight it? Are you going to take it to appeal? Are you going to go to tax court? So those are the kind of things that they'll look at. And if you haven't been audited for it before, or if you currently are and you're not going to appeal, you're not going to fight it, then they can limit some of the damage to you. Also, the classification settlement program, that looks at the 3-pronged test, similarly situated workers. So if you got 2 people doing the same job and one's an employee and one's a contractor, why is that the case? There might be a really good reason for that, but the IRS is going to look at a factual basis as to why you're doing that. And the last one is reasonable legal basis to treat the person as either an employer or an independent contractor. And so we're talking about tax regs, case law, tax court, some legal basis that hasn't, that's good law that you can refer to say that's why I treated this person as an employee or not as an employee. And that will also help reduce any burden that you have. So that's all that I have. This particular topic, especially when we get into employees versus independent contractors, what's the difference between the 2 of them? There's a lot of factual things in there, and so if you're just really not sure what's what on that, then please reach out to me here at the phone number that you see, 832-402-4440, or my email, kcawthraw@cawthraw.com. And That's all I have for us today. Thanks again, Michael, for having me on Business Talk. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks, Keith. Man, that's some of the most important thing, because business owners, we can really get ourselves in trouble with the IRS if we do not classify our employees the right way. So this is Michael Rager, your business guide with Biz Talk TV. We're going to be back with my good friend Roland Parker right after this.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Are you a small business owner who's overwhelmed and exhausted? You've tried many strategies, but your business just isn't where you want it to be. You wish someone would give you a roadmap to grow your business so that you can finally live the life you've imagined. Now is the time to get crystal clear on your business strategy so that you can work smarter, not harder. With our support, you can fully step into your CEO role and run your business rather than your business running you. Hi, I'm Jen Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners develop a laser-focused roadmap so that they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify their impact. Let's face it, most of the small business advice that's available online is cookie cutter and filled with fluff that will never serve you. It's time for you to stop doing things that aren't moving your business forward. I will help you develop an actionable, focused plan to grow your business in a way that lights you up. Contact me today at peaktoprofit.com to get started on your business growth roadmap.
Hi, I'm Dave Smith, professional organizing and productivity consultant, speaker, and author. Do you want to improve your productivity and organizational flow? Whether it's your commercial office space, inventory warehouse, restaurant, or home, we have simple organizing solutions to help you increase your efficiency and productivity so that you can be more present, productive, and profitable. Let me take your business to the next level with simple organizing solutions. As a professional organizer for more than 15 years, when it comes to organization, I bring the know-how, information, and tools to put to use in both your professional and personal life. Busy entrepreneurs such as yourself should focus on generating money, tackling new business opportunities, and enjoying life to the fullest, not on organizing anything that slows you down. Let me help you transition from clutter and chaos to simple and organized. Call me today at 281-609-9986 or set up a consultation at simplicitybyday.com.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business guide and host, Michael Rager with Teach Your Business to Fish. I've got my good friend Roland Parker here from Impress Computers. Roland, how are you doing today?
Hey, Michael's doing great. Glad to be back on the show.
Well, man, one of the fun things, I know what happens with business owners like myself. We're going to install new technology and new software. That's what happens, right? We've got to go out Christmas shopping and get new toys for the next year. As a business owner, how should I go prepared to install and upgrade my software and hardware, coming into 2023?
Well, we're wrapping up 22, 23's around the corner, And this is a good time to look at what software am I getting? Is my hardware going to be sufficient to run that software? So you really want to sit down with somebody like us and start looking at, what are the recommended specifications. As new versions of programs come out in your operating systems, that means that your hardware needs to be upgraded. Now, we need to look at, can your current machine be upgraded? And if it can we upgrade things like your RAM, additional hard drive space, and to cope, or do you need a better video card to cope with whatever program you're running? Or do you just need to upgrade the machine?
So how do we make those decisions? I mean, do we go figure out the software first and then come to you and say, okay, is my hardware going to run it? Is it, what do my employees want? How do we make those decisions?
Yeah, so part of it is what programs are you running? And if you're doing things like AutoCAD or anything that does 3D rendering, it could be video rendering, it could be anything to do with sound editing or video recording, or it could just be general programs like Microsoft Office. Now, we really want to look at what are your hardware specs, and general rule of thumb, if your computer's more than 5 years old, the chances are you're going to need to replace it. It's just not going to cope in today's environment. And part of that is the productivity of employees. So if your employees are working and they're losing time because they're waiting on the machine to respond, then you're actually wasting valuable resources. It's far better to say, let's get a new machine, get them into a faster unit, and they're going to be so much more productive. So you really want to look at how old is the machine, and then what software do I want to run, and what hardware do I need to put into it to make the employees productive as possible.
Well, really, right now, our computers, our phones, all these things, they're pretty much disposable items, right? Well, they got about a 2, maybe 3 year lifespan before all the technology's outgrown them.
So, if you're just doing general Word, Excel, PowerPoint, surfing the internet, you can keep a machine 5, and if you don't do much, maybe 6 or 7 years. But realistically, if your employees are working full time, just think of how much more productive they're going to be if they're in a quick, fast unit that responds like lightning. And that's when you're going to get more satisfied employees because they're not getting frustrated, and you're going to get more work out of them.
Well, then you're going to go play the, we're going to go play the PC versus Android Apple game. How does that work as a business owner? How do we come to you, and how will you help us figure out which one's best for us to run our business on?
Yeah, so a lot of the time people come in and they say, well, should I go Apple-centric? Should I be Windows-centric? And really what we want to do is look at, well, what programs are you running? If the programs are more based around the Mac, then you may say, okay, we're going to go Mac in this environment, but for my accounting, my general admin work, we're going to go PC-based, and sometimes we can merge those two technologies. Or you may just say, look, everything is going to be more Windows-centric, and we're going to go full Windows-based and get machines that are based around that. But it all comes down to what programs are you running, and what are the best specifications to make that program as efficient as possible.
Yeah, because it really has to do, right, with how creative we are, right? It seems like the more creativity and stuff that Apple, Mac stuff seems to really take out. Because I remember, God, man, what was it, back in the 90s? Early when it first started getting popular, one of my good friends is, she was all, Apple, but she was a graphic designer, she was shooting video, she was doing stuff way back then. And, how does that decision on what to do, play into what do we buy as a business owner?
Yeah, so, have a look at the software, and then have a look at what your peers are doing at the same time. And then we can sit down with you and say, look, you may have been a Mac-based person in the past, but the new Windows programs with your better video cards and better processors, you can now do the exact same thing, and that program's compatible with both Windows and Mac. And then it becomes a personal choice. You can either go both, but you'd have more integration if you've got a server, if you went Windows-based, and if you had a Mac, that's not necessarily going to fully integrate with your server. We can make it work, but it's not going to be as efficient once you've got, say, a Server 22 or Server 2019 operating system and you're trying to connect your Mac to it. So there's a lot that goes into it. You really want to start making the correct decisions in the beginning and sit down with us and really have a look at, what is going to be the best for your environment to make you more productive and your employees more productive.
Well, man, so if somebody wants to reach out and get a hold of you, Roland, how do they do it?
They can get a hold of us at 281-647-9977 or reach us on the web at impresscomputers.tech. That's IMPRESS, computers.tech, and we'll sit down with you and make the best plan for your business.
Well, awesome, man. So, I thank you for coming in. It's always a joy when you come in here and sit in the studio with me. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to be right back with Kristen Gunderson, and we're going to stay on this tech. We're going to talk about what else is available besides QuickBooks for small business owners. So we'll be right back, and we'll have Kristen on the flip side.
I was recently asked what it means to be a family lawyer. What is family law? Family law is not just about divorce or custody or child support. Family law is about your life. As a family lawyer, I protect your children, your wealth, your future. I don't do this alone. As your attorney, we work as a team to determine your goals and priorities and provide a strategy in an often complex, painful, and confusing time. Whether it's asset protection through pre- or post-marital agreements or fighting to protect your children, I'm here to help. My team and I bring decades of combined experience to support you and your family in all aspects of family and wealth planning, from estate and legacy planning to divorce and child custody issues to representation in complex litigation cases. Take a decisive step. We're here when you're ready. Remember, it's about your life.
Hi, I'm Dave Smith, professional organizing and productivity consultant, speaker, and author. Do you want to improve your productivity and organizational flow? Whether it's your commercial office space, inventory warehouse, restaurant, or home, we have simple organizing solutions to help you increase your efficiency and productivity so that you can be more present, productive, and profitable. Let me take your business to the next level with simple organizing solutions. As a professional organizer for more than 15 years, when it comes to organization, I bring the know-how, information, and tools to put to use in both your professional and personal life. Busy entrepreneurs such as yourself should focus on generating money, tackling new business opportunities, and enjoying life to the fullest, not on organizing anything that slows you down. Let me help you transition from clutter and chaos to simple and organized. Call me today at 281-609-9986 or set up a consultation at simplicitybyday.com.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the #1 cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you've worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your host and business guide, Michael Rager. Next, we have up Kristen Gunderson. Kristen's going to talk about an important subject. What softwares are available for small business owners besides QuickBooks to actually go ahead and run your business? Take it away, Kristen.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on the Biz Talk show today. Again, I am Kristen Gunderson with Gunderson's Bookkeeping, and I'm here to get all of your bookkeeping and tax questions answered. So today's question that came in is, what accounting softwares are out there besides QuickBooks Desktop? So I have 7 accounting softwares today that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. And the number one thing that I want you to look for is, in the old days, like there used to be QuickBooks Desktop. It's a accounting software. You download it onto your computer and you would be able to work on that one computer to get your bookkeeping done. What I want you to focus on and look for in an accounting software today is get a cloud-based accounting software. This is pretty much crucial these days. So a cloud-based accounting software, as long as you have the internet, you are going to be able to log in and be able to access your accounting, your books from anywhere that you have an internet connection. So this could be from your cell phone, it could be from your tablet, it could be from your laptop at home, or it could be from the desktop at the office, but you are not limited to just working at the office. Like, it's really great, like if you're homesick for a day or want to take a day off and just get caught up on your bookkeeping, you can work from anywhere. So make sure that's a cloud-based accounting software. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about today is called Margin Edge. This is really great for restaurant owners. So if you have a mid-sized to a large restaurant, you really might want to consider looking at Margin Edge. It is going to, any of the point of sale platforms that you might be using in the company already, like it is going to integrate with that. So it'll be seamless interaction. You are also going to be able to run reports on what food you've been using. Are you having any leftover food, or is food going to waste? You are going to be able to see what food you need to reorder. So it's really great for restaurants. So if you're a restaurant, like that might be one that you want to look into. The cost is $300 per month per location. So that might be a break-in deal for you, but it might be worth it. The con is it does not have payroll, and if you're not in the restaurant industry, you do not want to look at this for your business. So the second option I have for you today is called Zoho Books. If you are already a Zoho app user, this would be the accounting software for you to look into and to get acquainted with. The best thing is that if you're business, if you have a small business and it's making less than $50,000 a year, it's going to be free for you. So that is really great to get your hands wet, get into getting your books done on a real-time basis. And it provides you with everything that you need, all the basics, your bank feeds, invoicing. You can have a payment processor connected to it, like that makes it really great. Like you don't have to get a third-party payment processor to try to connect it. It's all in one. You'll be able to track your mileage, which is also a huge plus. Mileage is great, but you need to be keeping track of it. Like for the last half of 2022, it's 62.5 cents per mile that you drive that you get to write off. So make sure that you're keeping track of your mileage, and this one's included with it. You'll be able to reconcile your accounts, track your expenses. One of the cons with this is payroll's extra. But you know what, guys? Payroll's extra with like any accounting platform out there. This is really great for consultants, like if you are in a landscaping business or a plumber, like this would be Zoho. Give Zoho a shot, like look into them. Okay, the third one that I want to talk to you about today is called FreshBooks. So FreshBooks is good if you are looking for an accounting software that is easy to use. Like you do not need to be an accountant or have accounting experience to be able to use this. It is also great for consultants. If you have a photography business or any other consulting business, like this might be a really good option for you. So it is good for service-based businesses. It will get you all the basics that you need. Invoicing, being able to track your expenses, bank connections. You'll be able to view all your reports. And if you are 5 clients or less, I kind of hope that you have more than 5 clients, but if you're just getting going, if you have 5 clients or less, you can get on the light plan. It's only $15 a month. And once you grow and get busier and get more clients, if you're up to 50 clients a month, the next plan up is $30 a month. So that might be a real good option for you. Again, the $30 plan, it gives you a lot of extra benefits, like you'll be able to invite your accountant, you'll have double-sided accounting entries, you'll be able to track your mileage, it has a mobile, which is really great. Some of the cons is if you were looking for an accounting software that can have document management, like you're able to snap with your phone the receipt or be able to scan it and want it attached into your accounting software to the receipts, like it does not have that. That is a really nice feature to have in case you get audited, like you don't need to keep all these receipts anymore. And training is also not offered with FreshBooks, and payroll, of course, is an add-on. But it might be a really great option for you, especially if you have 5 clients or less. That's a really affordable price to get you going. Okay, the fourth one I want to talk about is Xero. And Xero is spelled Xero. We do use Xero a little bit with our clients, and it is really great if you're looking for accounting platform that has a lot of add-on features, especially if you are into accounting and want to be able to look at percentages and probabilities, like all that stuff, like you can be able to get with that with Xero. And of course, you're going to be able to do all the stuff that everyone else, keeping track of your invoices, keeping track of your expenses, the bank reconciliations. That's like pretty standard across the board. And as your small business grows, you can add on, like you can get Xero for $13 a month for the basics. But as your business grows and you need more of those add-on integrations, you can get that added on, and it goes up to, I believe, $37 a month. And that includes, like, you have unlimited invoicing, unlimited bills, quotes. It's a pretty good option. If you are looking for a accountant software that you need to have multi-currency, Xero is your choice to go to. It does go up to $70 a month, but if you are working with multi-currency, like, you may need this. And you can also get payroll added on. Again, the con is that it's another $40 a month if you want to get payroll added onto it, but it does allow you to do that all in one system. So that might be a really great option for you for those who are slightly familiar with accounting and need those added integrations and add-ons and payroll. Like, Xero is a choice for you. All right, the fifth accounting software I want to talk to you about today is actually my favorite. It's best for freelancers, and it's called QBO, QuickBooks Online. We use it for probably 95% of our clients. The ones who aren't on Xero are on QuickBooks Online. And they have different pricing structures based off of what you need. And it gives you everything that you, like anything that you could need, like it's going to have. So the bank feeds, the invoicing, the quotes, the 1099 management. It has the online document storage, like literally you can snap the pictures with your QuickBooks Online app and it gets uploaded and it's attached to the receipts. It has mileage tracking. You can run the reports, like if you have different segments of your business, you can run it by class, you can run it by location. Like QuickBooks Online is my favorite. Payroll is added on. It is an add-on fee, so if you need it, obviously it's there. If you need to be able to track your sales and use tax, this is another really great one that you can track it and go ahead and pay it. You can see exactly how much you owe. You can run your reports. One of the cons is that when you first get started, it has a really great intro pricing for 3 months, and then it doubles after that. So if you're a little bit worried about pricing, like just know that after 3 months, the price is going to double for you. And another con is that it's very easy to duplicate accounting transactions in it. Like you could have a bill in, and then through bank feeds, like an expense comes in and it's in there twice then. So that is a big con. We see that a lot. People who are trying to do their QuickBooks on their own and they just don't know what they're doing, like that is something that we have to correct for them. However, if you do need help with that, we do have a QuickBooks Online course. Like we want small business owners to be able to, if they can't afford to outsource their bookkeeping, we want them to be able to know how to do their bookkeeping and do it correctly. We're tired of people bringing in boxes. Like real-time accounting is so important. Like we want you to know how to do it correctly. So if you want to learn how to do it, we have the QuickBooks Online course for you. And then if you want, like you need a little bit more hand-holding, like we have 6 weeks of coaching to go with that course. So you can come in and ask us like all the questions that you have weekly. We're there for an hour for you. So if that's an option for you, like just know it's out there. One other con is that if you have an e-commerce business, QuickBooks Online, like that is not an option. There might be an app that you can connect it to, but there's better options out there for e-commerce. Okay, the sixth option that I have for you is Sage Business Cloud Accounting. This is really great if you're a micro business, you're just getting going, and you need some of the integrations to go with it. Like it's still affordable. It's $10 a month to get you going. And again, it has everything that you need. It has the invoicing, you can do the bank reconciliations, you can track what people owe you. One of the cons is that it may be too entry level for you if you have an established business already. Payroll's not included, and then they do have limited phone support with Sage Business Cloud Accounting, so just for you know. But if you're just getting going, this might be a really good option for you to make sure that you have your numbers and you can do it in real-time accounting. All right, the last option I have for you, number 7, is Oracle NetSuite. And this is if you have an established business already and you are looking for as much automation with accounting tasks as you can get, but then you also need to have a lot of compliance, like financial compliance with GAAP accounting or ASC 606 or SOX. Like this would be the accounting software for you to use. The cons with this is that it is a steep learning curve. And the pricing, like it's just not transparent. You're gonna need to call and talk to one of their people and get have a demo done and talk to them about what you need, and then they'll be able to get the pricing for you with that. All right, so I just went over 7 really great options that are cloud-based accounting softwares for you to use. Pick which one, or several that you want to look into and start getting your accounting done, or have your accountant do that for you. And again, if you do need help with Xero or QuickBooks Online, we are here for you. The other ones we don't really use. I just want to have some options for you to look into. And we do have that QuickBooks Online class if you need it, or QuickBooks Online coaching. We offer those 6 weeks of coaching to go with the class. I hope that helps you out today. If you need any help, feel free to text the word HELP to 855-798-3350. If you want to know specifically about the QuickBooks class, you can text QBO 101 to that same number, 855-798-3350. And again, we're here to help. You can find us on social media. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram at Gunderson's Bookkeeping. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Thanks, Kristen. We're so glad to have you. Man, there's some great options. So we're going to be coming right back with my good friend David Murphy, a new contributor. We're going to be talking about law and how it affects your business as a small business owner. We'll be back right after this.
I was recently asked what it means to be a family lawyer. What is family law? Family law is not just about divorce or custody or child support. Family law is about your life. As a family lawyer, I protect your children, your wealth, your future. I don't do this alone. As your attorney, we work as a team to determine your goals and priorities and provide a strategy in an often complex, painful, and confusing time. Whether it's asset protection through pre- or post-marital agreements or fighting to protect your children, I'm here to help. My team and I bring decades of combined experience to support you and your family in all aspects of family and wealth planning, from estate and legacy planning to divorce and child custody issues to representation in complex litigation cases. Take a decisive step. We're here when you're ready. Remember, it's about your life.
Hey, welcome back. This is your business guide, Michael Rager, and we're here at Biz Talk TV on NowMedia.tv. Make sure you're following us. Man, this segment is going to be awesome. It's a great friend of mine, David Murphy. David's one of the best attorneys that I've ever met. This guy is going to go ahead and he's going to fill you guys up with some great information to run your business. David, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you very much.
Man, I'm so glad to have you. It's so good to see you again. It's been a while since we've hung out together.
It has.
Yeah, just a little bit. So we're going to talk about NDAs, non-competes, and non-solicitations. Why is that important to the small business owner, and what's the difference between the three?
All right. Well, an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. And what that is contractual importance. It protects the information your company's created. That keeps the other party from not disclosing that information. That might be confidential deal terms or conditions of a transaction. Proprietary information of your company, like your trade secret, your customary procedures that you've created, your lists, your customer list, your intellectual properties, financial information and practices of your business. These are all issues that are important that you want to keep close to the vest. And these agreements are used in both transactional work and maybe an M&A transaction or employment or a contractor agreement. So it's important in all of those. Non-compete is a little bit more straightforward. It's exactly what it says. It's to protect the commercial applications of your business in the marketplace. So this agreement is an agreement not to compete with protected parties directly or indirectly. So it requires a little bit of attention to the application. In an employment contract situation, the non-compete needs to be narrowly tailored, reasonably geographic boundaries and durational time frames, generally somewhere between 24 months in duration and about 50 miles or so in reach of your main office, for the courts to think that they're construed properly and not to eliminate that person's ability to make a living for their family. In a transactional context, if you're doing an M&A or some other type of transactional, it's not an employment issue, the duration in the context of the geography can be a little larger. The last of the three is the non-solicit. That's the one people most forget about. It's actually probably the one that's maybe the most important, and that says that the other party won't solicit your customers, vendors, or employees. So it's especially important in a deal transaction where it's an acquisition of a company. You maybe don't want your employees to know what's going on until you get the deal pieces put together. So those non-disclosures and non-competes generally are tagged in with the non-solicit. They've been upheld by the courts more so than the non-solicit, more so than non-competes, and they don't require the geographical boundaries or delineations of time limitations. The best way to do so is to add those protected parties to that contract in an addendum of some sort to ensure that those are understood, and you don't get into a he said, she said argument at a later date.
So how many small business owners forget to do these things? We get, you know how we are, David. We get going. Money starts getting made. All of a sudden, there's an employee or a partner that things are not going well and things are going to move on. How often does that happen, and what are some of the consequences if you don't have these things in place?
Well, unfortunately, it happens more than I'd like to say. I see it more as an attorney than I'd like to say it. When you're starting a company, obviously, capital, your money is king. And so a lot of times people are jumping in and they're trying to get things moving for the business. They don't think about what it's going to look like 3, 4, 5 years down the road, maybe even 6 months. It's just a matter of kind of getting stuff running. And so they face these problems of cleaning up transactional work of their business at a later date. And if these weren't started in an employment agreement specifically, if these non-compete and non-disclosure, non-solicit agreements weren't included in an employment agreement, or if you're not using an employment agreement, trying to add these at a later date can be slightly challenging and require that the business owner create some sort of a consideration to offset the giving up of those rights.
Well, man, that's so interesting, because we see it all the time that, as business owners, there's just certain things we don't want to deal with, right? We don't want to deal with legal things. We don't want to deal with our accounting things. We just want to go out there and do what we love. And for a lawyer like you, I think that's a great thing, right? You fixing up messes costs the business owner a lot more than actually setting it up right the first time, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's, again, I understand starting a business. I'm an entrepreneur myself. That when you start it, sometimes you're scratching every penny you can to make things put together. But taking the time and doing these things on the front side far often outweighs the cost of it on the front side, because cleaning it up on the back side 9 times out of 10 is going to cost way more than taking care of it on the front side. But Michael, you and I have talked for several years. The purpose and the intent of all these agreements is to protect the hard work you put into your business, practices, and the relationships you've spent years developing. But any contract is never going to be any more beneficial to a business owner than that business owner's willingness to enforce those infringements against those non-compete, non-solicit, non-disclosure agreements.
Well, hey, this has been a great first segment. I'm glad we got you on this show. You're going to be an awesome contributor. If you're going to tell that business owner one of these things you've got to do, what do you got to do first when you're getting ready to jump out there and start that new business of yours?
My greatest suggestion, my personal belief and my greatest suggestion to business owners that we're working with is take the time to set up your mastermind team of professionals that you're going to work with, your accountants, your bookkeepers, your lawyers, get a business coach, for God's sake, and work through those structures so that you can plan properly and you don't have to go back and clean up a misstep that you made 6 months ago and it cost you more money.
No, that's awesome, David. I'm so excited that you're going to be on the show with us. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to pop out. We're going to go back. We'll see you after this commercial. Dave, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. And you have a great one. This is Michael Rager, your Business Guide. We'll be back with more Biz Talk TV.
Hey y'all, Fathead here with Fathead Spices. My goal is to give you Texas-made spices, rubs, and food products for all your events. Whether it's outdoor, indoor, or just hanging out at the deer lease, we got you covered. We're proud of our customer service. We want to help you make your food better. One thing's for sure, y'all, life's short, spice it up.
Hi, my name is Elias Basabe, founder of Little Maria's Cafe Restaurant in West Houston, located in 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Here you will find a family-friendly and relaxed environment where you can enjoy a delicious homemade breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We know you need to get to work fast, and we want you to enjoy a tasty, quality, and healthy homemade food. So come and visit us for a great nutritious meal at an affordable price. We specialize in tasty breakfasts, deli sandwiches, fish, even barbecue cookouts. Little Maria's Cafe has it all. We only use the great quality of Boar's Head meats and products. Just like you, we love to get you up early. Little Maria's Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can dine in with us during breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or we can have it ready for you for pickup. Visit us today on the first floor of the CMPC Center at 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Order now at 832-667-8376, Little Maria's Cafe.
Hey, this is such a great show. I'm so happy that this is a show to end up 2022 on and push us into 2023. We talked about at the beginning of the show speed. Speed kills. No, it doesn't. Speed makes you successful. Right now, I'm reminding you, Get out there, do the things you're supposed to do. Get that jump out. Don't wait till January 1st or 2nd to start. Start today. Get your competition chasing you. So it was so awesome today. You know, our new contributor, David Murphy, coming in. The things that we talked about, procrastination from Jen Drago. You know, Keith talking to us about the important things about, do you really have employees or do you have contractors, and how to make sure you don't get in trouble. We had Kristen talking to us about all the opportunities that are out there for small business owners to get a right software package to really help us look for our accounting packages and bookkeeping packages and payroll to do the right thing. And then, of course, Roland Park